Hello YouTube, I just wanted to make a little video here and explain a bit about harmonics. Guitar harmonics anyway. I'll get into detail about how they work later, but I'll show you how to do them now. It's very simple. It's a little bit less simple on classical guitar because all those white dots you often see on regular guitars actually mark where you can do them usually. At least most of the dots, not the 10th dot. The easiest one to do is on the 12th fret. You place your finger directly above the fret and you pluck the string while touching it just lightly. You also can do it on other frets, like the 7th fret and the 5th fret. You can also do it on the 3rd and 4th frets, but they're very quiet and don't sound particularly pretty. Also, I'd like to talk about artificial harmonics. That's primarily what I wanted to talk about, since I only recently really learned how to do them. Artificial harmonic really isn't artificial, they just mean it's not the natural frequency of the open string. So, you finger a chord, simple chord, I'm using A minor, and you do the exact same thing you did before at the 12th fret, but with one hand, your right hand. It helps to keep your hand arched. You put your index finger right at the 12th fret, and then you use your, just go like that. But since the reason this works is based on the center of the string, you're basically limiting the harmonics of the note. If you're fretting on the 2nd fret, you have to add 2 to 12, so that's 14. It's not as hard as it looks. It just takes some getting used to. Like I said, some getting used to. You have to focus on two things at once, which really can be a problem, especially if they're used in a song that you haven't memorized and you have to be looking at the sheet music. That's what I still can't do. But now I'll get into a bit more of the science. Okay, so you play your E. That note's actually frequent, not just E. It's vibrating at other frequencies. It's also vibrating at this frequency. E and E, octave up. When you do this, just limiting the frequency to half of the string. 12th fret is exactly the center of the string. That is the same as the next E up. If you play it at the 5th fret, it's exactly a third of the string, I believe. That's my guess. Maybe it's a quarter. That would be a quarter, actually. My mistake. It's a quarter of the string, which is just E, another octave up. It's 3 octaves up. 7th fret is exactly 1/3, is my understanding, which is a B. Which actually is a subharmonic in E, which is why when you play an E power chord, it's E, B, E. There's a building sound there. It resonates. And the reason is because all those notes actually ring with each other. Naturally, the frequencies build off each other. That's why it sounds right. And if you really study music theory, you'll notice there's a lot of things that work that way. A lot of harmonics and whatnot that just... The reason things sound good is because they actually build off each other. Or the reason something that sounds dissonant sounds good is because, like that, there's a dissonance. And it sounds wrong, but you can use that to go into something that sounds right. The dissonance and resolution is why things work. So there's really two ways you can use, get back to more practical things, 2 ways you can use artificial harmonics. Either in a chord or a scale, or you always combine them. First, if you want to practice doing them, I suggest using open strings first. Just when I first started learning how to do them, they were always quiet. You kind of have to, that's why you arch your hand up, so that when you pluck the string, it can be almost like a rest stroke with your fingernail. If you normally play with a pick, I don't know if there's any techniques that involve using the pick other than just or natural harmonics, just doing things that way. If anyone knows some trick where you actually do that with a pick, good luck. I don't know how you do it. So you can use chords, and then you can mix in a scale.